Hi all, this is Dr. J at 11, streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather is warming up to a toasty 22 degrees. Tomorrow we're going to get into the 30s, so the frozen tundra called Long Island is officially coming to an end. Of course, I'm broadcasting from the coldest room in my house. It's probably sub-zero in this room, so I'm dressing warmer than I would if I were outside, I think. Anyway, I got to do something about this heat. Probably not much I can do about it. But I tried to do something about the Verizon issue. My Verizon friend stopped by, put in a booster for the Wi-Fi. I doubt that'll help, though. I believe it's my computer is messed up, so I'm going to get another computer or use my laptop, something along those lines. In any event, what I'm most excited about for the week is the performance of Gern. Not that it had a spectacular move. It didn't. It did reach 128 today, I believe, to finish at 120. But that's after it was as high as 650 or higher. So we can't get too excited, but a little excited, because before yesterday, I had very little hope that John Scarlett and company could pull off a phase 3 trial, whether it's MDS or MF or what have you. But now I have renewed faith, because they managed to lure Alexandra Rizzo from Janssen, J&J, the very doctor who oversaw the phase 2 clinical trials for 4 years, over to Gern, whatever title they gave it, chief medical officer, chief scientific officer, I'm not sure. But it just about assures that things will go as smoothly as they can. There's plenty of money in the bank, so to speak, to do a phase 3 trial. I think the coast is clear. I think they can do it. I don't think the original shell of management that was left at Gern before the negative continuation decision had any clue on how to do a clinical trial, how to negotiate with the FDA and clinical sites, how to do research. I don't think there were many researchers left, if any. So now they had to hire basically a whole new staff, which they've been doing. And that gives me hope that in 2022, we might get our first approval as a company of an MDS drug. That would be very nice. That means by 2021, the stock could be $6 again. And that's really good. I mean, if you think of it this way, it's $1.20 now. In just a couple of years, 3 years maybe, you can make 5 times your money. $1.20 times 5 is $6. That's really spectacular, but not if you're holding the bag at an average price of $3 a share. I'm not sure what my average price is, but it's lower than that, but still. I have about 25% left of my original umpteen thousands of shares. Still quite a bit, but I'm thinking now, for the first time after the collapse, of actually adding back some more. So I'll do that as the dust clears, as Gern might pull back a little bit more. We're going to look at the chart of Gern very carefully and see what that tells us, as well as the charts of Apple, which is really doing nicely on the rebound, Amazon, which collapsed today due to guidance, due to analysts, due to a variety of factors. But even though it collapsed, I'm still a couple hundred points above my swing trade. So it's more than a swing trade. It's a greedy swing trade. Probably should have been out of it yesterday, but that's another story. We're going to look at the chart of Amazon very carefully. We're going to look at the chart of ACB, Aurora, the $7 billion Canadian stock, pot stock. We're going to look at the Dow Jones Industrial Averages, so to get an idea where the whole market is going. All right, as always, do your own due diligence. My opinions are strictly my own and do not constitute investment advice. Occasionally, Dr. J has some great ideas, some clunkers as well. It's your job to pick out the great ideas from the clunkers. Follow me if you like, but at your own risk. And please give me support by giving me a thumbs up, subscribe to the station, to the channel, whatever you call it, and share the link, and what else? Write comments. All right, let's get to the video charts. All right, hopefully we can share the screen. Looking good. Let's start with ACB, Aurora, the $7 billion Canadian pot stock. All right. Hopefully we have no trouble with seeing my screen. Okay, so I drew the latest trend line, which is ascending. I also connected it to a descending trend line. And lo and behold, we're coming together like by the 5th of February. Considering today is the 1st, that would be Tuesday. Well, as you can see, there's no room for it to hang out in this little triangle anymore. So it's got to break through the triangle, break through to the upside, hopefully, and continue on, taking out highs along the way, taking out this high on 11.7 of 812, and then going to, I think it'll meet some resistance right about here, right about 919, 925. So I think somewhere in the body of this red candle is an ideal place to take some profits if you're so inclined, if you don't want to hold it forever. I think he gets there. So I see $9 in the somewhat near-term future for Aurora Cannabis. I think there's more to go on the pot stocks. Aurora just symbolizes, is one of 4 main pot stocks: Tilray, Aurora, Kronos, and CGC. Those are the 4. Anyway, Canopy Growth. So let's look at Dow Jones Industrial Averages. The Dow has been in a zoom channel, a sis-boom bar zoom channel. It gave a little pause yesterday and today with basically dojis, a little bit more than a doji. I'm not too upset by that. I think if it pulls back, it doesn't pull back too much, maybe to 24,868. That's not much at all. Maybe 100, 200 point pullback and continue on up. If that, I just see it continuing in this zoom channel until it starts taking out highs. First one being 12.3 at 25,980, figure 26,000. I see 26,000 in the cards for the Dow. If it stays in the zoom channel, that would happen about, I don't know, let's say about February, mid-February, couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. That would be my guess, that if we continue on up like this, 2 to 3 weeks, we're at 26,000, heading for new all-time highs. Amazon.com let me down. okay. But I mean, it had been up 50 points the day before. So the 90-point give back, it didn't hurt that much. It stung, but it didn't hurt that much. I really see it being basically at support right where it closed, maybe it could go down to the bottom of the candle of the day before, which was low of 16.19. Basically, I think we're at support. If it goes down to 16.19, 16.18, 16.15, 16.10, all good numbers. I don't think it gets back down to below 1600. It did go down to 15. Let's see where it went down to. It went down to 1590. It could retest that level, but I don't think so. I think we're at support. I think we're going to be back up on Monday, and we're gonna forget about this very bad sell-off that happened today. By the end of next week, we could be back at 1714. That's how I see Amazon. Apple, I mean, I'm overly optimistic on Apple. I mean, its chart is looking really good after having looked really, really bad, where we've been in an ascending trend line, following it nicely, now beginning to go away from it, which is a good sign. It's above the 50-day for 2 days in a row. Let's make that 7 days in a row. By the end of next week, we get to 172. That's my prediction on Apple. So Dr. J is very, very bullish for next week. Geron. We talked about Geron. I'm bullish for Geron long term. Short term, it might be okay, but I think there's others that might be better. I'm holding, I might add, because I have a soft spot in my heart for Geron. I don't know why. But if I add, it won't be that much. I still have a lot of it. I'll be happy to see it go up. So it came back to the like 129 level where it found some resistance, some trouble, hit past, and it came back down, basically flat on the day up. Well, not flat, up 5 pennies is something, but it actually closed below the open, so we have a slight red candle on the day, basically a doji. Followed the day before that by another doji, followed the day before that by another doji. So we're moving up but with a lot of hesitation, a lot of indecision. The good sign today was a lot of volume. There was a lot of accumulation going on, although at the end of the day, there was some selling. So, the volume is a little tricky here. I would say it's an even mix of buyers and sellers come in today to make a Geron trade, to make a Geron statement one way or the other. So that's where we are. I only singled out 5 stocks for the weekly recap, and I hope to get back to you guys this weekend with a biotech report, just like I did last weekend. But I don't know for sure that I can. I will try. This has been Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York. Do not forget to subscribe. I should have a G hovering above. I should also have another link to a previous video. So give Dr. J a follow if you can, if you would be so kind. And I want to say shalom, sayonara, ciao, farewell, arrivederci, au revoir, hasta luego, bye.